Okay, so I've got this needle, or it's a cording needle. It's not particularly sharp at the end, it's blunt so that it's not stabby, because that would be bad. What I do is, there are two different types of flyaways. You've got the ones that are loose from the scalp all the way to the end, and then you've got ones that are basically they're frizzy flyaways, and they're just kind of, the ends have come loose. The ends have come loose from the middle of the dread, but it's dreaded from the scalp on through, and then the end is loose. That's all. So these ones you can just tuck back in, but these ones from the scalp, you have to basically just weave it back into the dread from the base of the dread. So what I do is
from the root, if you will.
Root or base or whatever kind of nomenclature you prefer. So I just take my needle from the base and then move it on up as you would expect the hair to have been if it were dreaded properly, and then I just pull it through. But I have to take my handy tool and I thread the hair, the loose hair, through that eye before I pull it through, and then it's just through. And I'm just pulling it through the eye, so now this strand of hair that I want to pull through the dread is actually in the eye of the needle. So when I pull on it, I have a little tension, and that makes it pull it nice and all the way through. And when it's long, it's even easier to pull it through. And you can see on the end here, this is where it is now inside the dread once again. And ideally over time, because this is just straight, over time what will happen hopefully is it just dreads in the dread, and it just gets stuck instead of coming out again. Sometimes they'll come out again, and
just have to deal with those as they come.
Yeah, it's just a process. And you can actually double it back for those of you who hand sew. It helps when this hair here goes, let me get my hand out of the way. When this hair here goes backwards, at this point where it bends, it adds extra friction, and so it actually anchors it in there and holds it tighter, so it's less likely to be pulled out. You can actually do that a bunch.